welcome, guys, welcome, you girls, and every human in between. This is the Bear With Me podcast. I am your host, Girl with the Locks. Welcome back. Welcome if this is your first time. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Bear With Me podcast is found wherever you listen. And if it's not there, let me know in the comments, let me know in the reviews, or let me know wherever, however, whenever, so that I can get it to where you need it to be. So, many of you all know, a lot of you all don't. So, we just gonna rip off the band aid right now. I quit my job. Yep, I quit my job. I didn't know I was gonna quit my job until the words came out of my mouth. I didn't. I remember when I told my mama, I could just hear her mouth open on the phone, and I couldn't do nothing but laugh because I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, and then of course people are like, "Oh, you quit your job? Like, okay, congrats. What's the next steps?" And I am here to tell y'all that it's this podcast. It is this podcast. It is content creation. It is photography. It is everything that I enjoy producing. Like, it's everything that is not your traditional job and or income. Um why did I quit my job? The universe has a very interesting way of showing you what you've been thinking or feeling and trying to see how you finna move. First off, I didn't even know that I had been that bothered with my job. And the universe kept making me uncomfortable and uncomfortable and uncomfortable. Like, I know what you want to do, and I want that for you. But you're going to have to get a little uncomfortable, and you don't really want to take this leap. So I'm going to just make everything around you uncomfortable where you got to want to leave. So since like September, October, man, October specifically, like, that was a long, tough month. And then I was made more uncomfortable in November, more uncomfortable in December. January hit, January 29th, sat in a meeting, and I was like, effective February 14, 2025, I will no longer work here. And a hush fell over the room. Kid you not. And then one person in the meeting was like, well, do you want to give it more time? And the other one was like, okay, but we need a formal resignation. So you just need to submit an email. Okay, bet. Went to my office, typed up that email, called my friends. Well, not, yeah, I like texted him and was like, meet me in my office, urgent, stat. And I was like, y'all, I just quit my job. And it was looking like, what? And I was like, well, not yet, because I ain't pressed send, but I'm finna. And we was talking about the conversation that I had that led me to want to quit. And then I pressed send, 348, 338, 348. I don't remember, whatever. Of course, I'm going to have a full story or a series about being uncomfortable in the workplace, being a Black woman, and just be. I can't wait to get into it because like that's gonna be a detailed outline episode so that I don't miss nothing. Right now, I'm just very much freestyling because what I wanted to do was just kind of give the raw on like my last day at work because I just walked away from 9.5 years working for the same district and essentially 12 years, no, 11 years in education. And it's just like, wow, to just walk away. And then one of the things that people tell me is like, what you doing next? What, you going to another campus? You going to another school? Da, da, da. And I'm like, nah. And at first, when I first like said I quit, I knew I wanted to do my podcast full time, but I still knew that I kind of wanted employment or I wanted traditional income. And now I don't desire that. And I was nervous. So let me just back up and just do this somewhat orderly. So I quit. And then like 2 days later, I was just kind of like reflecting. And it kind of hit me real hard. I was like, bro, we only have what we have. We only got these few more checks coming in and then what? Then I'm gonna stack them. Yeah, no, how? Because bills still gotta be paid, rent still gotta be due. But I was like, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. It's so funny because my little sister, my baby sister, when I told her that I quit, she was like, congratulations. I'm like, girl, what? I just told you I quit my job. But I appreciate her because she reminds me of the things that I tell her. So I'm appreciative of her. My daddy, I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely scared because I was like, we was just talking about how you don't quit no job till you got another one and you don't got nothing lined up. Da, 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 da. And I was nervous, but my daddy was supportive. He was empathetic and understanding. And he was just like, okay, you say you got it, then you got it. Bet. I bet. My mama was just kind of like, what? And yeah, that was that. Um, so yeah, so the last 2 weeks of work, days of PTO. And for where I was working, it was like a use it or lose it. So I put in 2 days. I was like, I'm finna take two of these five. Then everybody around me was like, take your days, take your days. I'm like, but I can't because then that's just gonna make more work for other people. Like, still being very much considerate and not trying to like leave on the raggedy stuff because Shorty was like, shoot, you might as well just run it up a full last week, 5 days, be done with it, you know? But I was like, no, we're not gonna be like that. Why would we be like that? I took off uh a Thursday and a Friday, and then I ended up calling in on that Monday. Went to work on Tuesday. No, yeah, went to work on Tuesday, called off on Wednesday, went to work on Thursday and Friday. But Friday I had like a little event, so I wasn't like at my campus. Um, those first few days after I said I quit, I can tell, I can be honest with y'all, I was very much kind of like things were hitting me. I was like, oh, this bill, and this bill, and that bill, and this bill. And I was like, oh my God. And then like halfway through, as the 14th was approaching, I was like, we're gonna be okay. We're going to be okay. So then it's the last day, and I just want to thank everybody who texted me, and just like, hey, it's your last day. Wishing you the best. I hope you enjoy it. I really, really appreciate it because I told as many people as I thought I did, like initially when it happened, but there were some people that I didn't get to share with, or I was delayed in sharing. So apologies for the delay, but you now know. And if you don't know, now you now know for sure, because you're listening to the podcast. But a lot of people hit me up like, happy last day. How do you feel? And it felt really, really good to be supported by my tribe. So thank y'all. And I was cool like that morning because it was also Valentine's Day. I played I Will Always Love You as kids went to class. And it was super cute and like, oh my gosh, why was so many kids like, today's your last day today? Y'all know it's my last day. Like, why y'all playing with me? And it was nice. Yeah, it was a good last day, is what I'll say. I spent it with at our summit, and I was surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of good people, wholesome people. And so that was really nice. And I was like, dang, I'm gonna miss this. And I was like, well, we finna go to the next step. So what's up? Got back to campus, and a little girl who I didn't think she was the biggest fan of me. She came to my office and was like, I just wanted to say, good luck and I'll miss you. You'll miss me. Baby girl, you was just trying to chew me out 2 weeks ago. I am confusion. Like, what is happening? But kids, um, yeah, the last day I was toward the end of the day, I started getting emotional. I was like, why we getting real sentimental about this? But it really did feel like I was closing a chapter. And I did because I don't plan to go back into education. If I go back into education, ladies and gentlemen, it is because things got thick. But I'm leaning in and I'm trusting the process. I'm leaning in and I'm trusting the process. So that was my last day of work. I say all this to say I have never done anything like this. Um, when I knew where I was going to go to college, sophomore year of high school. I knew what my post grad plans was going to be well before. Like I've always known my next step. So for me to quit my job in the middle of it and not have nothing lined up, very much out of the norm for me. But like I said, I was being made to be uncomfortable so that I could just take this leap. And one night after I had decided to quit, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, and they had mentioned how they too, at the time, because I've been listening to old episodes, they too had quit their job and just was like, "We're gonna go all in," and I was like, "Yes, thank you." Like this was perfectly timed. I'm kind of in my head about what's my next steps, but there are other content creators who have taken that leap and who have done it. And so it's like it's possible for me too. And I've been getting different signs and just being affirmed that I needed to step out on faith and just really like go all in because I've been talking about I need more time. I need more time. Like I started off real strong when I first started this podcast. But sometimes life just get real thick between having a dog and then what I was doing for work is just so time consuming, and the energy to pour into this creatively requires me to be firing on all cylinders and just very much present. And I don't want to give no half baked story because we love Storytime Tuesday. So why would we shortchange it? Anyway, I just wanted to drop an episode to just very much give the raw and just also for those of us who are listening who have a passion about something and they are unsure. I'm very much in the current thick of mine, so I can't give you that much, but I can tell you that it's hard, but it definitely is rewarding. Even in these 2 weeks of me quitting and then like now officially being done, like the fact that on Tuesday, I'm not gonna have to get up and go to work somewhere. I'm just gonna roll my little self to my desk and start planning and posting and doing and thoughting, doing and booming. Like it's very much different. Like I was talking to this girl yesterday and I was just like, I only have what I create. And she was like, I like what you said. I said, what? She was like, what you said, I only have what I create. And it's like that was crazy that I said that like that, but her saying she liked it and me having to say it again and me really processing like, oh, it's about to go down. It's going down. Basement Friday to all right. So it's really about to go down. Like if I want to do this full time, I got full time to get involved. So y'all gonna be seeing, y'all gonna be listening. Okay, I'm not playing no games. So today I went out and so I was given a laptop with my job. And the last personal laptop I had was, my God, 2011, no, 2012. It's 2025, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2025. So that's already letting you know this computer, that personal computer that I had, beyond dated. First off, that thing heavy. It still got a CD-ROM drive. That's how you know it's old. I was rocking. I was like, "Oh, I got a laptop. We gonna be good." Da, 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 da. Y'all, that laptop slower than honey leaving the bottle. Like it's slow. It's slow. It's slow. It's slow. But I was still gonna try to make it work. Y'all, I tried to download my editing software yesterday. It's set at 95% for at least 45 minutes. I ended up falling asleep. I said, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna see about a laptop. So last week I had I got me an external hard drive because all the stuff that was on my work laptop I needed to move it. So I got it. And so I had looked at some laptops and I was like, bet I'm gonna give me a little cute little something slight, not too much, because ultimately I want a Mac. Well, I was talking to this dude at Best Buy and he was like, for what you want to do, I don't recommend. I do recommend this over here, and it's on the special today. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't know my wallet, bro. I ain't got no job. And let me not say I got no job. Let me correct myself again. I really been trying to watch what I say and how I speak. I ain't got no traditional employment, okay? I only have what I create. And right now, I'm investing to create to have more. So we on a budget, my guy. But I was talking to him. He told me about well, memory is how much you can do at one time. Storage is how much you can store. Okay, bet. These are I3s. This is I7. This means that. That means this. One plus one make two. I'm like, yeah, processing, thinking, looking at the bank account, processing, thinking, looking at the bank account, processing, thinking, nervous, but like, you got to do this, nervous, but you got to do this. It's okay. This is an investment. And if I sound like I'm crazy right now, that's literally what was happening in my head when I was standing in that store in Best Buy. Like I was all over the place and I was like, everything is working out for me. Everything is out working out for me. We legit at checkout. I'm like, but what about this? What about that? I'm still asking questions because y'all, I was nervous to tap that card, not on flex. And I was like, everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. The lady was like, what's your podcast? And where is this? And what do you talk about? It. Da, da, da. I also want to get better at practicing my elevator pitch for what my podcast is because, and I think I got a little bit stronger today, but it don't be seeming like it's real captivating. Like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and watch. It don't get good until I start describing what I be talking about, and people be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna check it out," and I'll be like, "Thank you." And so, yeah. So while I'm getting ready to tap that card to that machine, I'm like, everything's working out for me. Everything is working out for me. She was like, everything is working out for you. I was like, girl, you better speak for me or speak over me. So yeah, I got a new laptop today. It's cute. Is it a Mac? No, but in due time, this was a solid investment for what all I'm trying to do right now. So I'm very much pleased with the way things are moving. I'm even very much pleased that right now I'm recording and I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna schedule it to be dropped on its scheduled day. So life is good, y'all. I'm not as nervous. But and I feel better because every day I continue to be affirmed that doing this full time is what I want to do, and leaving that job was what I had to do. And so I thank the universe for making me uncomfortable to make me truly take a leap of faith. And if there is anybody listening who has a passion or a desire or a hobby that they want to pour more into, like Nike says, just do it. Just do it. And what I heard, I can't remember where I was, but somebody was like, do it scared. Oh my gosh, yes. Do it scared. Whatever it is, just do it. Because you don't want to wonder if coulda, woulda, shoulda, all that. You don't want to wonder. You want to just do it because at the end of the day, you either gonna succeed or you gonna flop. Where there's gonna be a lesson learned in both of those outcomes. And so, ladies and gentlemen, do it. Um, I think that's all that I have today. I can't wait to not have to go to work on this is dropping on Tuesday, so the day that this drops, I will not be in nobody's traditional job. I will be in my space thinking about the next or actually plotting and planning and writing because I think this story is long enough where we might need to break it up because y'all, it's good. Okay? I'm gonna just give y'all a little sneak to make sure you come back the next week. If there's one thing you not gonna do, it's threaten my job. What? Because you must be nuts. You must be nuts. Don't you ever tell me in your life, don't you ever tell nobody else in their life, like we're not all adults. Do you want to work here? Shorty, I come up in here every day and give 100% to all these kids. Don't you ever fix your lips to tell me, do you want to work here? And I'm gonna just let you. That's what that was the piece that really threw me. We ain't gonna get into it. We gonna write it all up because I don't really want to be real nasty, but I definitely want to be honest because we're gonna talk about being a black woman in the workplace, and we gonna talk a little bit about mental health and just really work through because a lot of us who listen have had similar situations like what I experienced, and I've had a lot of different conversations since resigning and actually being done that I think are impactful and that could help you all. But yeah, that's that on that. As always, it has been. Wait, what's the closing? As always, wishing you love, light, and laughter. Like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to tell a friend. Bear with me podcast. We here, baby. We full time. New beginnings. What's good? I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. And I hope y'all are too. Y'all be great. Until next time.